Whew. Okay. Hey, it's me, C, and welcome back to my channel. Whew. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully I'm in frame. Hopefully it's all good. Different setup, different background, different things going on. It's been a minute. Did you like my new intro? Please comment down below and let me know what you thought about my new intro. I thought, I'm 28. This is my golden birthday year. This is my golden era. Let me change it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I like the intro. Let me know what you think. So, we have a lot to get into today because it's just a lot to cover in one freaking video. I did not vlog my pregnancy journey for a number of reasons, which we'll talk about in a second. But I really thought, like, I want to get on here and share a little something something before, my pregnancy is over. Before I got pregnant, I was doing my daily vlogs that I was putting out weekly. So I guess weekly vlogs or whatever. And it was fun. But the reason why I stopped my daily or weekly vlogs was mainly because, I don't know, I just felt like my everyday life isn't that exciting to vlog. Like, it just wasn't given, especially once I got pregnant. It's like I didn't really want to do much during the day. I would just do my work and that was it. We'll go into the details about, like, different stages of my pregnancy, but like I just didn't want to. Like, I thought about doing a video diary, like, okay, today is day whatever being pregnant and I feel blah 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 blah. But honestly, I started doing it and it just gave corny. Like, I just did not want to do it. I did not like it. I don't know. So, like, the spurts of content that I did here and there, whether it was TikTok or Instagram or whatever, it was more enjoyable for me. So, if you're not following me on TikTok or Instagram, please do so, because obviously these are three different platforms with three different types and styles of content. And yeah, I just felt like I wanted my pregnancy journey to just be chill, relaxing, and just not so like, ooh, let me grab this piece of content and all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to enjoy and bask and be in the moment. And that's what I did. So moving on to, post pregnancy, postpartum, my mommy era. I know a lot of people are wondering if I'm going to come back to YouTube and do any type of YouTube content, anything like that, baby content, family content, da 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 da, all these different things. And like, yeah, I'm going to do it periodically, but this is not about to be a family channel. This is not about to be a mommy and me channel. It's still going to be about me, C, and featuring, my baby or my husband or my dog or whoever else, my friends, family, whatever. So I think I am going to get back to vlogging here and there, but we'll see what happens once the baby comes, because that's a whole nother ball game. Dealing with a newborn, it's not something I ever did, so I can't tell you. But what I do know is my channel will not be turning into a family channel. Like, sorry, it's not giving that. But since we have so much to cover, let's just hop right into my pregnancy journey, the first trimester, which is 1 to 13 weeks pregnant. Now, since I've been pregnant, I finally understand why people go by weeks instead of months. It's just easier to keep up with, because as you get down the line of your pregnancy, sometimes the weeks don't really add up to the math of the month. Like, it's just hard to explain, but it's easier to go by weeks, to be honest with you. But finding out I was pregnant wasn't a complete surprise, obviously. Like, I'm an adult, I'm a married woman. I am, and will forever be doing married woman things or adult things, whatever you want to call it. The things, I was doing the things. I was doing it, okay? So was it a surprise that I was pregnant? No. Obviously, we wanted to have kids or we want to have several children. So we got to get started sometime. So no, it was not a surprise per se, but I still was a little shocked when I saw that test. I did post a video sharing, finding out I was pregnant and sharing Matt's, I guess, reaction because it was on his birthday. So if you haven't seen that yet, that video is on my channel, so you can go ahead and watch that. Not too much. It's not too much. It's a cute little video, you know, not too much. Telling our family and friends, we did hold it a little bit. We told our family probably like around Thanksgiving time, I want to say. Just because I wanted to have like my first doctor's appointments, blood tests, all these different things I wanted to have before we made the huge announcement, you know. Telling our friends, I think we told them like more around Christmas time. So yeah, you know, that was cool. I mean, nobody was like surprised, but it was still like, oh my God, like, you know, definitely exciting times. Now, my first trimester wasn't horrible, but I will say there was a 3-week process, or a 3-week time period rather, that I just was not at my best. Okay, I didn't brush my hair. Okay, it was just all over the place, giving very much so soul sister vibes. It just was not given. I had no energy to do anything other than sleep. I would be in the midst of a conversation with Matt and I would literally just fall asleep, like important conversations at that, and I would feel so bad. But it's like, yo, I really cannot keep my eyelids open. I feel so bad. Literally, morning sickness for me wasn't a thing. For me, it was all day sickness. Okay, nasty taste in my mouth, tasting like metal, something, pennies, I don't know. Mouth very watery. My mouth still gets watery, but like in the beginning of my pregnancy, I thought I was gonna need a freaking spit cup. Okay, a spit cup. That's how much saliva and juices was in my mouth. Different smells begin to irritate me, like coffee. Y'all know I love coffee, but the smell of coffee in the morning was not given. It was not. I could not do it. It would make me gag. Brushing my teeth, even now, I'm in my 3rd trimester and I still gag when I brush my teeth. That must just be a whole pregnancy thing. I don't know. Hopefully that ends because I ain't never gagged in my life. So, I'm gonna need that to go away. Now, I'm an oily girl. And yes, when I found out I was pregnant, it was November. So it was getting towards the winter time. But I became very dry. Like my face, my skin was very dry. And that's never happened in my life. Like I am an oily girl. So for my skin to be dry, I had to change my whole skincare routine. In the mornings, instead of washing and doing all that to my face, I didn't wash my face in the morning. I just used a little micellar water, so that way I wasn't drying out my skin by constantly washing it all the time. And yeah, things like that. But really, that only lasted for like a 3 to 4 week period. I would literally just sit in the mirror every day for like 5 to 10 minutes and give myself affirmations and really look at myself and be like, you are a bad bitch, okay? You can get through this. Millions of women have given life and given birth and raised children. They did it. You can do it. You will do it. You will be fine, okay? You will be fine. So yeah, I really just had to kind of keep myself together for that 3-week period. And every day I would be in the mirror telling myself, like, get it together, Miss Lady. Take your 5 seconds to feel like how you feeling and let's move on, you know? So that's pretty much how I cope with that part. You know, it wasn't too much, but yeah. Now, the 2nd trimester, which is, I believe, the 14th through the 27th week, a lot happens during this time period. Well, at least for me it did. My 2nd trimester, I got my energy back. I was feeling good. I was feeling great. I was living life. I started taking clients again, you know, doing makeup, catch to be, all the things. Yeah, like I had my energy. Things were moving, things were grooving. The baby was growing though. So yeah, we had a few changes, but I felt pretty great. I didn't have much of an appetite though, still. To this day, I still really don't have too much of an appetite. Like I feel like pregnancy did a 360 on me, compared to what everyone else says. I don't have appetite like that. I just don't. My plates would be like little, you know, little plates of food that a toddler would eat, literally. I had no cravings at all. I did have food aversions. Like, I could not do Old Bay wings. Honestly, I could not do chicken for about 5 weeks, to be completely honest with you. Like, the smell of chicken didn't bother me. I could cook chicken. I could do everything with chicken but eat that hoe. Like, I could not eat no chicken. It just tasted disgusting, made me want to gag. I just could not mouth. I could not chew. I couldn't do it with the chicken. So either I was not eating no meat at all, or I was eating red meats or like seafood, like fish, shrimp, whatever, you know. And they say, oh, you can't have seafood when you're pregnant. No, you can't have raw fish and raw seafood when you're pregnant. And now it's cooked, I could eat it. But breakfast foods were my favorites. And my favorite drink was a white cran peach by what's it called, Ocean Spray. The problem with that though is that literally for months, okay, even to this day probably, I don't know, for months I couldn't find it anywhere near me. So literally Ebony and Teray would gather, okay, my white cran peach and either send it to me or save it for when I saw them. And that has got me through my whole pregnancy. I think I have like one or two left. I've been rationing it out, you know what I mean? Because I really love that juice. That is my favorite juice. Like, so good. Like, the best juice. Especially with some ice. So good. Like, it's to the point where, like, Matt mixed it with some Tito's, talking about something. This is a nice little cocktail for him. Like, I'll share my white cran peach just a little bit, but not too much. The two changes that I experienced in my second trimester that was not really my vibe was, one, the hair growth. And I'm not talking just on my head. Like, yes, thank you for the hair growth. I mean, this right here is not, you know, this little wiggy wig. But I'm saying, underneath this, my hair is flourishing. It looks great. It's very healthy. Awesome. But the rest of the hair on my body growing at the rapid speed that it was, I was not living for that. Like, the hair on my belly wasn't given. My cuticle wasn't given. My armpits, my arms, my legs. If you know me, you know that I do not grow body hair. I don't do body hair. I never had body hair. I shaved one time, and that was when I went to prom in 2011. I didn't even have hair then. I just did it because I thought you was supposed to shave for prom, and the hair never grew back. Okay, when I was in middle school, I cut off my sideburns. Big mistake, but I did. And I don't understand. My hair never grew back. Like, the hair on my head typically grows, but all this other body hair that I have going on was never a thing. Wolverine, that was never me. That was never my life. So that I had to adapt to. I had to give me some shavers and hairs. Like, whatever the case may be, I got it because I can't do the body hair. I cannot. Like, I low-key want to get laser. Obviously, I can't do that while I'm pregnant. Or can I? I don't know. But Wolverine life, that's not for me. Okay? That was that. Then the acid reflux and indigestion and all that stuff. Oh, honey, heartburn. Never experienced it until pregnancy, second trimester to be exact. What is that? What is that? Okay, like, when I tell you, even now, I can't have pasta. No red sauce. I mean, like, I could do Alfredos and stuff like that, but no red sauce, no tomatoes, nothing super acidic. I literally can't even do pineapples. I'm not supposed to. At least sometimes I might dabble in a little pineapple here and there, but you're not supposed to. Okay, because yeah, chocolate. Can't do chocolate, especially dark chocolate, which I love. Like, I don't understand. I thought pregnancy was gonna give me, like, you know, eat everything that you love, and it's like, no, you can't have anything that you like, actually. So yeah, no. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, have you used Tums? Have you do da 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 da? I've done it all. It does not work. I still get sick. Okay, and when I say sick, I mean literally 4 a.m. for 2 hours, vomiting violently my life away. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, there are even tricks that I'd be like, okay, I saw that you can't eat and drink at the same time. So even now when I eat, I don't really drink. No matter what I'm eating, I don't eat and drink at the same time. I'll drink a little bit of water beforehand, and then I'll eat, and then I'll drink a little bit of water after, and that's typically good. But yeah, It never gave. It never gave. It never gave. And I promise you, if this heartburn acid reflux situation don't go away, the minute I pop that baby out, we gonna have a problem. Because I can't live the rest of my life like this. I did have, or do have, some nights of like back aching or body aches in general. So in the beginning, I would just be sleeping on the couch, kind of like mummy style, and that would help. Or I would use, I finally broke out my body pillow around like 20 weeks, I believe. And that was amazing. Body pillow, I don't know how I ever slept without a body pillow. Like, oh my God. The only thing is that I love to sleep on my stomach. And obviously with Miss Ma'am right here, I can't really sleep on my stomach because, yeah, like, it just is what it is. So I would kind of finesse the body pillow so that I was like kind of on my stomach, kind of on my side. And yeah, it would really, really work for me. So sleeping, the body pillow definitely helped with that. Oh my God, pregnancy face is definitely a thing. Pregnancy nose. My nose has never been this big in my life, but at this point I'm used to it. I embrace it, to be honest. Like, it is what it is. The nose is there. It's big, whatever. But at first, I literally woke up looking like Princess Fiona, and I thought I was gonna have a freaking meltdown because I was just like, what on God's green earth did I do to deserve this? I literally woke up and it was just like right there. Pregnancy lips, when those came in, I was happy because I low-key want lip filler a little bit on the top, you know, just like, you know, around my cupid's bow. So these pregnancy lips I actually enjoy, and I hope they don't go away, because if they do, I'm for sure getting lip filler. Don't judge me. Yeah, but the nose, that gotta go. Also, the back acne. Now, my skin itself has been flourishing. Your girl is glowing. Your girl is all of the things. But the back acne, horrible. I've never had acne in my life. Like, I literally use a little back scrubber to clean my back. And then, of course, I use, you know, whatever, you know, body care items I use. But the main thing is aloe vera on my back. So there's no itching or anything like that. So I do that every night after a shower. And the back knee isn't as bad as it was in the beginning of my second trimester, but it was definitely giving pizza blitz back there. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. In the second trimester, I had my 20-week checkup, which I was able to get an ultrasound. I really thought throughout your pregnancy you get all these ultrasounds and all this stuff, and no, I literally so far only have had 2 ultrasounds. One in the very beginning of my pregnancy, I guess, to just confirm that the baby was there and everything like that. Wasn't really much to see, except it was there, you know, little bloop, little chicken nugget. And then my 20-week, where we actually got to see her and, you know, kind of see how she was developing and her head shape and things like that. But it wasn't super detailed, but I'm still grateful for it. And it was a really, really fun experience. Like, oh my God. Yeah, so that was fun. What else happened during my second trimester? Oh, I felt a baby move for the first time in the second trimester. That is a feeling I still to this day have not gotten used to. Like, honestly, like a little alien moving around in your body like that. There is literally a human moving around in your body, and it just feels so cool every time. Like, except when she's kicking me in the ribs, you know, that does not feel cool, especially at night. But the random flips and the twists and the turns and even the punches, it's just so cool. The second trimester, I think the baby's hearing and stuff develops a lot. So I started putting the little baby bud ears on her and letting her hear like music, whether it's like educational stuff, like, you know, ABC's 1 2 3's, phonics and stuff, or, you know, just vibes, you know, things that I like to listen to. All this talking, I like literally can't breathe. Like, I'm trying to catch my breath just by sitting here talking. What else? Oh my gosh, y'all, that damn glucose test. I got my glucose test at my 24-week check-in or whatever. Y'all, I had to go 3 times. 3 times because The first time I went literally the day after my birthday, and that weekend I was literally partying it up. All the cake, all the mocktails, all the things I don't normally eat, and probably not drinking enough water. So when I went to take my glucose test, first of all, I couldn't keep, I couldn't keep it down too well. Like I did what I had to do, but when they took my blood, it was just a 1 hour glucose test at that. It wasn't the 3 hour one. It was a 1 hour because there's two different ones. And I took the test or whatever, and then they called me 2 days later like, Miss Ma'am, you got to come back in and do a 3 hour test because your numbers are a little high. I said, excuse me, there's no way I have diabetes. Like, there's no way I have diabetes. Like, what are you talking about? I barely eat, okay? All I really drink is water. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm sitting here looking at the phone like, I know you fucking lie. I know you lying. So I'm like, okay, I'm coming in tomorrow. I'm coming in tomorrow. And, it didn't really dawn on me that, duh, stupid, you went in the day after you just was doing all this stuff the whole weekend, So the next day when I went in, I did the glucose test or whatever, right? But they gave me this flavor that was disgusting. And if you guys want, I can do like an in-depth story time because I took footages and all. Maybe I'll do a TikTok story time. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So follow me on TikTok. Girl, I was in the room thinking I was good, like doing the Santana dance, all that, waiting for the rest of my checkup, everything. But no, so it was a lot. So anyway, I came back the next day or 2 days later, whatever, and asked for the same flavor. They didn't have the flavor. Girl, I had the nasty fruit punch flavor, and I just asked them, I said, okay, well, can I have some water? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this down. This is very thick. It's very disgusting. I just can't do it. Then the lady was pricking my arms up so bad. Couldn't find my veins. I had all types of bruises and cuts and everything. It was horrible. Okay? It was horrible. Long story short, I threw up that glucose test, and I had to come back again a third time. So yeah, if you want the details on that, I'm gonna do a story time on TikTok. I'm gonna do it because it was just a lot. It was a lot. All right, so let's move on to the third trimester. This is the home stretch. We are here right now. Right now I am 37 weeks, thriving, glowing, and all the things, tired, out of breath, everything, but we are here. This is the home stretch, baby. We made it. Honestly, throughout the second trimester, third trimester, everything's been pretty smooth sailing until about 35 weeks. Like I said, right now I'm about 37 weeks. So yeah, that 35 week hit, I was feeling real pregnant. Okay, that 8th month kicked me in the behind. The second trimester, all those months, I literally kind of forgot sometimes that I was pregnant. I was feeling good. I was feeling great. But in that 8th month, girl. So the baby, for the most part, I was like carrying pretty small throughout my, not carrying small, but I was growing at a pretty, regular pace. But the 35 week hit, and child, all I know is that baby had a growth spurt, and it just got big out of nowhere. Okay, my stretch marks came in, which I was actually very, very proud of, because it's like, wow, you're growing a human being. Like, you're a whole mother. Like, girl, you got stretch marks. I've never had stretch marks before. Like, no matter if my weight's up and down, like nothing, not anywhere in my body, I've never really had any stretch marks. So I felt real proud. Okay, I feel proud of my stretch marks. It's no problem. Okay. Then I also started getting a little thing called Braxton Hicks, and then I started getting something called contractions, which I learned the difference between Braxton Hicks and contractions. Now, a Braxton Hicks is like when you feel a little muscle spasm on one space of your stomach, and it's just the one tightening area in your stomach, wherever it is. But then the contraction, okay, is when your whole stomach is, your uterus, sorry, is contracting, and you feel it, okay, the whole thing, and it feels very tight and hard and etc., the things. So here I am thinking I'm having Braxton Hicks, and I actually found out that I actually indeed have had contractions, very mild, so it's nothing to worry about. Cool, not a problem. but I indeed had them hoes. Baby girl is running out of space in here, and she really is just kicking me in the ribs, child. And like sometimes I think her like foot or something gets stuck like right up here, and I kind of have to like gently move her over, you know, kind of tap her a little bit, you know, get out of my ribs, because you can bruise and break them from the inside, which God hope does not happen to me, but it is a thing. It does happen to some pregnant women. But she likes it up there for some reason. I don't know. Her little foot just be all up in there. One time when I was squatting to go to the bathroom, because I was at work, you know, whatever, and literally I look down and I literally see her hand and footprint like sliding across my stomach. That was freaky, but it was really, really cool. I really like that. I kind of wish she would do it again so I could record it, but yeah. Last week, when I was 36 weeks, I lost a little piece of my mucus plug, and at first I didn't know if that's really what it was, because once you start getting to like the end of your, you know, pregnancy journey, you like have a lot of discharge and stuff like that. But I've had some discharge, but not that look like that. So I'm looking at it, and you know me, I gotta take a picture. So I'm like, what is this? So I hit up my doula friend Michelle. I'm like, what is this? Is this my mucus plug? Because this is what I think it is. And who calling me? I'll call her back. But yeah, that's my mama. So she was like, girl, that's a piece of it. That's not the whole thing, but it is a piece of it. So yeah, I said, oh, wow, we are really at the home stretch there. Because once the mucus plug is out, next thing you know, my water's breaking and my cervix is contracting and the hole is just preparing to, you know, y'all know. But yeah, so interesting, very interesting. But overall, the third trimester has been going pretty smoothly. Honestly, I've had a very great pregnancy. I don't have too much to complain about other than the little things like acid reflux and hair growth and things like that. So yeah, my pregnancy has been beautiful. It's been pretty enjoyable. I actually like being pregnant. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually do. I will say though, that 8th month, boy, did it hit your girl hard. Like, it just slapped me right in the face. So if like my whole pregnancy was giving either that 3-week period in the beginning of the first trimester, or if it was given what it's given right now, well, what it was given in my 8th month, because now your girl's 9 months, I can understand why some people don't like being pregnant, because that is just a lot to deal with every day. Like, it's low-key miserable. So I'm happy that that was not my experience, but that little taste of it that I did get, I understand. Personally, I stayed away from all the Facebook groups, all the mommy groups, all the this groups. That was not for me. Everyone's journey is different, and I was happy to just experience my journey, you know, for what it was. My mommy friends, if I had questions, I went to them, or they would give me little tidbits here and there, which was great. You know, my sister-in-law, she's a nurse. If I had a question, I could ask her. My other sister-in-law, we're both pregnant at the same time. Like, she's gonna give birth any day now. Like, yeah, so I had a good enough village of women who not only have had children, but have delivered children and have, you know, just did all the things. So I think I pretty much covered the basics and all of the things about my pregnancy journey by trimester, and, you know, all the little things like that. I did a poll on Instagram pretty much just saying if there were any additional things that I should talk about, then to let me know. So I did note down a few things. So let's get into it. How were you really emotionally? So I would say that overall, my emotions have been pretty steady. It hasn't been too heightened due to my hormones. Certain things I am a little bit more sensitive to. I'm not a huge crier in general. I'm more of a cry when I'm mad type of girl. So that's that. But I have had a few moments where I was like emotionally crying, you know, like for example on Easter like around Easter time, I was walking through Target and I saw all the Easter baskets and things like that and tools to create an Easter basket. And I was like, oh my God, I started tearing up in the aisle because I'm like, wow, I'm having a kid and I'm going to be able to create an Easter basket for my kid next year. You know, like that was emotional for me. I love that for me. Like that was emotional. I definitely cried in the shower because I missed my best friend's wedding in DR, and I was just like, wow, I couldn't be there for her, so now I'm sad. And yeah, but those are like valid things that anybody would cry about, but like I think for me in general, it was just like heightened, you know, because the hormones, girl. Let's see. What are your expectations? What were your expectations versus reality? What I will say, hi dog, you can come up here. For what I will say, since you want to be in the mix, are you gonna sit? Okay. What I will say is that pregnancy is in no way, shape, or form easy. But I do think that like a lot of times people only share like the super horrible things about their pregnancy and never like the great things or the beautiful things or the interesting things. So like people will definitely scare you into not wanting or being afraid of pregnancy. And I feel like going through this journey, everyone's pregnancy is different. Some people's really are that horrible, but for me it was nothing like that. So I was expecting the worst of the worst, and thank God I wasn't dealt that hand. The process of choosing your doctor and your birthing plan. So the doctor that I have has been my doctor since, I don't know, like 2012, 2013 or so. So I stuck with him. I do have a male OBGYN, and that's been great. Like I haven't had any problems. Now, I will say that at first when I was told it might not be my doctor who delivers my baby, just due to the fact of if he's not there that day or whatever, there are two other doctors that I would have the option, not have the option, but two other doctors that might be there to deliver my child. That was a little creepy for me. The baby is currently kicking dash right now. Like I wish the camera would pick it up, but it's not. So anyway, but throughout my pregnancy, I've been able to see those doctors and meet with those doctors and just get to know them, you know? So that has been good. Before I got pregnant, I always thought like, oh, maybe I wanted to do a birthing center or home delivery or this and that and third. But once I actually got pregnant and all the things, I'm like, for my first pregnancy, I want to go to the hospital. I want to be as safe as possible. Not saying those things aren't safe, but my anxiety and just all those different things, I just feel more comfortable at a hospital my first go around. But maybe the second, third, fourth, however many times we go, I might change my mind. Who knows? Who knows? But that is pretty much how I went about that part. Most interesting thing you've learned during your pregnancy. So there's this thing called a RhoGAM shot that I had to get. And basically, if you are Rh negative, you have to get this shot. Basically, you get around like your 28th week, or at least I did. And being like, for example, A negative, right? If your baby's A positive or anything positive, whatever, different blood types or whatever mixing together, it just could be very detrimental for you and the baby. So that's why you get the RhoGAM shot. What else? Something interesting. Oh, I learned that the placenta weighs just about as much as the baby, give or take a pound, whatever. But yeah, so like when, let's say your baby is 6 pounds, your placenta is also 6 pounds, okay? And then of course with all the water in there as well, that's where a lot of the weight comes from. So yeah, the placenta plus the baby plus the water in there, the amniotic fluid, the amniotic sac. Those are two most interesting things I've learned. Yeah, I would have never thought, just because I have a different blood type possibly from my child, that one of us could die, like when I'm giving birth. You know what I mean? Or I'm not explaining it right. Look it up if you're interested, but it's a whole thing. Oh, speaking of placenta, let's go into this. Have you thought about eating your placenta or keeping it? So I will say that I did at first want to have my placenta encapsulated. I did a little bit of research. It would have cost about $400, and I would have to send it off. Well, the company that I found, I would have to send it off. to a company, have it encapsulated, turned into vitamins, and then shipped back to me. Now, after doing research about that it wasn't a good idea, because anything could go wrong with the placenta throughout that whole situation, whether it's bacteria or it's not kept properly, all these different things. And I read too many articles and it scared me out of doing it. The only way I would feel comfortable doing it was if I found somebody who came into my home, and, did that whole situation and powdered it up or whatever, so I can make smoothies with it or different things like that. But I haven't been lucky enough to find anybody, and at this point in my pregnancy, I don't have the energy to do that. I just don't. So maybe the next go around, I'll do that research to have somebody come to me instead of outsourcing someone to send it off to. So yeah, I won't be eating or digesting my placenta. I've read an article that scared the living out of me about a mom who did that, and there was some type of bacteria or whatever in her placenta. She didn't know. She was breastfeeding breast milk to the baby. Baby passed away. It was a whole thing. Like, I was just deadly afraid. I don't know if y'all can see the dog, but like, he's literally sitting right here acting like he's being interviewed as well. Anyway, so yeah, will I keep the placenta, umbilical cord, all that stuff? Yes, I will. What am I gonna do with it? I don't know. Nothing. Put it in the baby book, seal it up. Who cares? But I'm gonna keep it because it's mine. How are you dealing with weight gain? Also seen something in here that asked about stretch marks, and also seen something that asked about my skincare routine. So let me just put that all into one. So weight gain, throughout my pregnancy so far, I've only gained 16 pounds, which is pretty good. Like, at first I thought I wasn't gaining enough weight because, most people hear them say they gained 50, 60 pounds, which is fine as well. That just wasn't my story. I thought I wasn't eating enough because my appetite was really bad, like low. But I'm perfectly fine. My doctor said I'm fine. I'm gaining weight at a perfectly fine rate. I think that's also what helped me, like, not really get stretch marks until this point, until 35 weeks, I would say. Just because my body was stretching and growing at, like, a more slow and steady pace, I guess you would say, instead of just so fast. So, yeah, I didn't get any stretch marks until 35 weeks. And you can see them right here. I'm pretty sure you can see. These are all the stretch marks that I have so far, and I'm 37 weeks. So yeah, maybe I'll get some more. Maybe I won't, but it comes with the territory. Girl, you gonna get them stretch marks, and if you don't, good for you. I haven't really changed my skincare or body care regimen too much, honestly. Just being a little bit more like intentional about like when I'm doing these certain things and making sure I'm doing it at a very steady and like not, why am I having a brain fart? Oh my god. Not steady pace, but like keeping on track, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Keeping on track with my routine and things like that. One thing I did change, that I make sure that 3 days a week I exfoliate my back due to the back knee. Normally I would use just Vaseline on my body, opposed to lotion. Listen, it never gave ashy over here. I'm a Vaseline type of girl all over my body. We use Vaseline in this house, except the dog, right? Right. Okay, cool. But I also incorporated my Palmer's Stretch Mark cocoa butter, as well as aloe vera or aloe gel on my stomach, hips, and back. So, yeah. Oh, and then sometimes coconut oil, but not really. I really think stretch marks has more to do with the rapid pace of what you're growing and gaining weight, as well as the type of skin you have, and it may even be hereditary. Don't ask me, I'm no dermatologist, but that's just what I think, because my mama, she don't really got stretch marks either, and she got 3 children. Oh, and the body scrubs I use is Dove and Tree Hut. Those are my 2 favorite body scrubs. Are you afraid or nervous about labor and delivery? Honestly, no. Not yet. I'm kind of going into it with the mindset of like, I'm ready for war. Like, labor, you ain't got nothing on me, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it out this labor. If I need the epidural, I'm gonna get the epidural, okay? I'm gonna deliver this baby, a nice, healthy, beautiful baby girl, and we gonna be good, period. We gonna be in the hospital for a day or 2. We gonna get out that hoe. All right, we're gonna go home. We're gonna enjoy the rest of our life. Period. But yeah, so no, I'm not afraid yet. I've been in the delivery room before. I've watched so many birthing videos, whether it's medicated, non-medicated, home birth, water birth, hospital birth, kitchen table birth. I've watched every video there is to watch, raw and uncut. Obviously when you get in the room it's so different. But no, I'm not nervous. I'm just going into it prepared with a warrior's mind. You get what I'm saying? And I'll let y'all know. I'll come back and let y'all know how it goes. And if I fold it. And if I fold, that's cool too. And by fold, I mean if I'm screaming, yelling, pulling Matt's hair and beard and chin hairs out and smacking him saying, you did this to me, then guess what? I have the right to do that. Anyway, but yes, if I don't go for the full 40 weeks, that's fine. I'm ready to meet my girl, you know? I'm ready to connect with her. I don't know what be wrong with this dog some days, but like, look at him. Why are you sitting right there? Anyway, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it there. If there's any other things that, you know, I should talk about, let me know, and I will try to get that to you. Will I record my labor and delivery? Maybe some snippets. Oh, I can't have this camera in there. Okay, so I'm gonna let you know that now. It'll be on my phone. It'll be, you know, footages like this or like this. So there is that. Will I have other videos out before then? I don't know, because I don't know when the baby's coming. But I will do my best. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram to keep up with your girl. But yeah, if you made it through this entire video, thank you. I appreciate you. And I can't wait to come back and share the rest of my pregnancy journey and postpartum experience. Yeah, she's moving. Can you guys? I don't know if you can see. Is it picking up? I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I know it's probably long. Maybe I should split this up in part 1 and part 2. I don't know if I have the energy to do that. Whatever. Okay? Whatever. But, yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Why did I just do that? I don't know. Bye.